Fox News recently had on Art Laffer, the economist, the classic supply side economics guy, and they had a discussion about $15 an hour minimum wage. Remember, Fox News broadcast to a group that they say is filled with anxiety about their economic situation, and this is the message they gave to them.
For those people, Sandra, who are coming into the labor force brand fresh, not old timers who've been around for a while, the poor, the minorities, the disenfranchised, those with less education, young people who haven't had the job experience, these people aren't worth $15 an hour in most cases. And so therefore, when you have a $15 an hour minimum wage, they don't get that first job. They don't get the requisite skills to earn above the minimum wage. And after a few years, they become unemployable. And after becoming unemployable, they become hostile.
Okay, so JR, that's bad in a lot of ways. Some of them perhaps are obvious, some maybe not so much. I have a few thoughts. What did you think about Art Laffer's point there?
So Art, why do you hate the American people? Why do some of those people come in without the skills necessary? And then after they get, what do you say, not radicalized, then they get not violent. There's a term you use right at the end, like they're just these angry group of people that have just, they've been given so many opportunities and they just got mad because they suck, because they don't deserve life. They don't deserve a livable wage. This is what libs that everyone says are these radical, bloodthirsty socialists have been saying. You don't support Americans. You don't love this country. You dislike their existence. So when I go back when Sean Hannity was mad because people said that you don't like clean air and clean water, they said, of course the Republican Party likes clean air and clean water. And every time we talk about clean air and clean water, you talk about how these people don't deserve it because they're lower than dirt. They don't deserve it. You don't get basic human factors to live your life. You don't get them. Hey, food on the table and kids. Who cares? What are you talking about? You don't deserve it because the minimum wage is only strictly for 16-year-olds entering the workforce to build some kind of life skills to then take themselves to the next step. Which one of these jobs builds some kind of basis when you're getting paid $7 an hour to then become a CEO of some company and be a bloodthirsty bad person that I'm not gonna cuss on air about? So how does that build you to that point? No one gives you that. Does it give you some skills to go to college when you're 16, working at McDonald's? The next step then going on and then incurring all of that debt? None of this is talked about. It just says, oh, it's so simple. You work a $7 job, then it goes to 10, then it goes to 15, then it goes to 20. Next you know, you're making $1 billion. That's not how this works, bro. None of that works that way. There's plenty of people that have full-on families that work 2 minimum wage jobs because they need to somehow feed them and then put gas in their car to get to that same job that takes everything else from them.
Yeah, that's totally true. Everything you said is true. I mean, I would add, and we have to add this to virtually every one of these Fox segments that we respond to. Minimum wage jobs are not just transitional jobs for 17-year-olds. That's not what it is. There is not a conversation on Fox that does not pretend or assume that these are just supposed to be things that you get for a little bit, you get some job experience, then you move on to something else. That is not how it works for everyone. Lots of people are older, they're desperately trying to stay alive, to keep their family fed and housed, working 1 or 2 jobs like this. They don't have the privilege to be thinking about their job, like their skills growth for later careers or whatever. They're trying to live in their actual life with a job that isn't paying them nearly enough. Not everybody in McDonald's is 14. Even the 14-year-olds deserve to make more money, but they're not all that age. And just the assumption that we're only because for them it was, oh, I worked one summer at Dairy Queen, that's what it is. No, for a lot of people, that's not what it is. But specifically here for Art Laffer, as many people have now acknowledged, what he said was not that these positions aren't worth $15. He said these people aren't worth $15. It's not that the role just doesn't merit it. I just don't value fries, being prepared enough. It's these people, the poor, the young, the minorities. I don't even understand how he got to including all of those groups and people who are newly entering the job market. Yes, the young are newly entering the job market. What are you talking about? Minorities are newly entering the job market. They're just living in America. That's everybody. But those people are not worth $15. They're not good enough. That is an insane thing that got no response from the host there.
Well, that's because that's the normal thought process. It's the reason why the basis for all this. He pointed out the poor, the minorities don't deserve it. That's why when you see a minority with something, and then maybe they're making a certain amount of money that you can tell, say like pro athletes, people hate that. They hate it. They go, you don't even deserve that. Overpaid athletes. Have you ever heard that term before? It's the first thing they say about them, because apparently they don't do the right amount of work to get that amount of money. I'm jealous that they're getting more than me, because when I look at that type of person, that person doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
They don't deserve it because I'm seeing who it is. This is the reason when people keep talking about how black folks or whatever minorities always bring up race, we bring it up because you keep feeding it and throwing it at my face. Somehow the minorities don't deserve it. So when these minorities do get what you think they don't deserve, it's time to get upset with them and tell them how much a piece of garbage they are, and they don't deserve this and deserve that, overpaid, you can't do this, you can't do that, how dare you speak up, just shut up and dribble. It's all derogatory things to make sure that you find yourself mentally on this superiority complex over someone else that is the other. It's constant and it's every day to the point where people don't even see it, but they definitely internalize it.
I do. I have exactly that sort of jealousy that you do, but not the form that you said. I am jealous of the athlete, but not for me. I just think that the wrong athletes are making the money. It should all go to Simone Biles. Did you watch her? It's been 6 years since she finished a world competition at anything other than #1. She should get all of their money. They don't deserve it like she does.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.